Hey guys, this is just a quick video I wanted to make about the mods that I use for GTA 5. Somebody on Reddit requested it. Um, these are my must-have mods that every time I mod GTA 5 I just gotta use them. I'm gonna have tutorial instruction videos to follow, show you how to install all these mods, but I just wanted to show you the mods that I use and why. As you can see, most of the cars are replaced with their real world counterpart or other vehicles that I enjoy. One of my favorite vehicles here is this Ferrari. It's just too cool. Replacing cars I like better because they show up in traffic, obviously. They spawn in traffic and so on, where add-on cars do not. You can get add-on cars to spawn in traffic. It's much more complex, convoluted though, so I don't do it. This car even has a retractable top, which is ridiculously awesome. So for cars, I replace all I can. For graphics, I use Visual V and its ENB preset only. I don't use sweet effects or other layered effects. Just because you can continue to layer post-process effects doesn't mean it looks any better, and I think in most cases a lot of people with mid to high-end PCs are going to be better off using higher settings than all of these layered post-process effects. If you have a lower-end rig, that may be different. So that's what I use for visuals in cars. I also, car-wise, swap out the trains, buses, planes, all of that to have real-world counterparts. They use the same in-game models, they just change the what it says on the side. So buses say Los Angeles, sanitation trucks say Los Angeles, planes say Delta and American Airlines. The box trucks, the delivery big trucks that you see, they'll have Coca-Cola, Target, Heineken, things like that. Just adds just a shit ton of immersion. One of my favorite things is the weapon sound mod. Changes the sound of nearly every weapon in game to be much more realistic. They're stolen from games like Battlefield and Insurgency, stuff like that. A little example here, even just a pistol sounds so much more visceral. And nearly every weapon sound is much more like it should sound. 9mm Tech 9. The sound is just so much better. It includes, you can hear it cracking between buildings, the reports there. So weapon sounds is a must. Link will be in the description for all these mods as well. Arrest warrant is the next one that I use. It's better chases and arrest warrant, and it gives you all these different options to control how the police interact with you. So if I go into this menu, you can see all the options here. They have brief descriptions right below it. You can change nearly everything about how the cops behave with this mod. It's just incredible. And also adds, if you want, you can disable this as well, but it also adds an arrest warrant system, so after you do get away from police, you'll still have a warrant out for your arrest for a few minutes. They'll have your description, they'll have the description of your car, and so on, you know, so wearing a mask before doing a crime is all that much more important. And when you do get away and you have a warrant out, you're going to want to maybe change your clothes or change the car you're driving and so on to be able to get away from the police easier. So that's what I use for police behavior. I also use a rebalancing mod that I'll link that it doesn't have any type of interface, but it changes the way police behave in a different manner. So say like using a silenced weapon in the middle of the desert in vanilla GTA 5 will get you a star no matter what, where that takes that away. It adds witness information, so if I shoot a guy and no one sees it, I'll get away with it. If I shoot somebody and like there's a bunch of people around here, I've got a chance of somebody whipping out a cell phone and calling the police. You can actually see them doing it as well. I didn't see anybody call the police in that case. They all just ran, so I think I'm going to be okay. If I just stood there in the same place, I'm going to end up getting some stars. I should put away my weapon as well. So it just adds much more immersion and realism to the way police behave, and the way GTA 5 itself behaves. So another mod that, a couple of mods that I can't live without, made by Cass, is World of Variety. What it does is change the traffic throughout the world, adds all sorts of multiplayer content that usually is not in single player. So you'll see super and hyper cars driving around downtown, you'll see cops on bicycles, you'll see much more people on bicycles, gang members using weapons that are only in multiplayer. You actually have to spawn those in, like the mini AK here and so on. See, that's got the vanilla weapon sound because they never made one for that. Should sound more like that, but so World of Variety by Cass, and it just adds so much more than I can list. Link will be in the description, you have to look it up. He also makes a car handling mod that I use, and it changes the handling and deformation of every vehicle in game. Just makes it so much more realistic and better. Cars are much faster, off the line and top end speed. Car crashes are much more visceral. If you smash your car doing 120 miles an hour, chances are you're not going to be able to drive the car after that. Wheels are going to fall off. It might just explode or burn up. But crashes are much more realistic. Makes you drive a little, you know, like you actually give a shit. Just adds that much more to the game, in my opinion. And another thing that I use to get rid of, you know, when you're doing a mission or just playing, you had just stolen a car, you maybe even just tricked it out at LC or LS Customs, and then you turn around for a second and the car disappears. So I use a persistence mod by I'm Not Mental, and basically how it works is when you get out of a car, you just look at it and hit right on your D-pad, and it will save for you anywhere on the map. It will leave an icon on the map, and so you can fill the Playboy Mansion with Ferraris, or Michael's driveway with the cars that you love, or so on. Persistence is just kind of a must-have. I don't know why they didn't have that in the vanilla game. It's really stupid that cars ghost on you in seconds. I use a field of view mod, obviously, because the field of view in the vanilla just made me fucking sick. It was so horrible. This is much better. You can see so much more, especially when you're in a car driving in first person. Looks so much better. I also add bennies to single player, so you can find gang car, or the you know, cars with hydraulics sometimes around Franklin's house in gang areas, or sometimes just driving down the road in certain areas. But you can always just spawn them in, drive them over to bennies, and trick them out just like you would a multiplayer. It's really awesome. Right now they don't. All the upgrades are free, unfortunately. That kind of sucks. They didn't find a way to be able to actually charge you for it, but it's still cool to have in game. Other scripts that I use to add content to the game would be Guzman mods. This drug dealer script is spectacular. It adds so much more content to the game, so now you can actually do drug deals. Let me just get over there. What you want to do with the drug dealing script is usually, obviously, buy low, sell high, just like you would in anything else. Come on now. But it depends on where you buy the drugs. So I'm here in downtown Los Santos. I don't really want to buy drugs here. I'd rather sell drugs here. So what you would want to do is go way up to Paleto Bay up there and buy some meth, buy some coke, whatever, and then sell it down here in the cities, because you're going to get much more money that way. And it's got a leveling system and everything, which is really cool. So you just walk up to the guy, this menu automatically comes up, you use numpad to navigate, and it shows you what he has for sale. You can also, this shows your inventory, that's his inventory. If you look at the cocaine, if the market value is $8.50, he's selling it at $8.50, so I can't make no money on this guy. But if I buy the cocaine up in Paleto Bay and sell it to him, I'm going to make some good money. You can make up to 25 grand in a single drug deal. There's always a chance that the police or other gang members may come. It's a chance every time you do a drug deal, you take that chance. You never know what's going to happen. Adds just a ton of variety to the game and a new way to make money. He also, the same maker Guzman, made trucking missions, which are just as spectacular and professional. I mean, they're just so well done, it looks like it should have been always part of the game to begin with. You go, that's a garbage truck, you can do garbage runs, you can do freight runs. I mean, there's just so many different things that you can do. So that's that. And one other mod that I love to use, stop in this BMW here to show it off. It's called V-Stance, and it allows me to adjust the height of any car I drive at any time just with the push of a button. Get away here. And so you can drop it to the ground if I want. It gets a little shaky, so you just drop it to the ground and pick it up until it stops shaking. The collision is hitting the frame there. There, right about there. So if I want to go off-road or whatnot, I can just hold 9 on my numpad and lift her right up, slam her down, lift her up. Really nice to have. So yeah, that's basically all the mods that I use every time. You know, I also experiment. I use a lighting mod at night as well that changes the way the interior lights of cars and so on. You'll see that this is going to be much brighter than what would be in vanilla. I can link that in the description too. It's got a little more complex of an installation. But yeah, so those are the mods that I use and why. And I will be making tutorial videos on how to install all of these into your GTA 5. Thanks for watching.